honestly, if I was an influencer, yes, I would go to Coachella for a couple seconds, take that picture, and go right back home. I'm not ashamed. Hi guys, welcome to Tati Rambles. I'm Tati, where I get to ramble about anything, but it's typically things that you guys see in the media. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about Coachella weekend. So it was Coachella weekend this week, of course. And as always, for Coachella weekend, there's some sort of drama, controversy, complaints, etc., etc. So I kind of want to go through some of them here today and kind of give my own opinions and my own takes. So yeah, as always, I'm not the news, so if I get anything wrong, please correct me down below, but I always try my best to be 100% factual. And as always, these are just my opinions. Please don't cancel me for them. They're just my opinions, and I also want to hear yours. So let's get started. For those of you who don't know what Coachella is, it's a music festival that happens every year. You get to see big artists perform your favorite songs. You get to see certain influencers. You get to drink. You get to eat. You get to have fun. It's very expensive and overpriced. It's a 3-day festival for 2 weekends. And that basically sums up what Coachella is. I want to preface this video by saying that I mean no harm when I speak about rich people and the less fortunate people. I am personally very privileged and I acknowledge that completely. Nonetheless, I still have opinions and I'm going to be expressing them in this video. But no harm is intended and I don't mean to come off out of touch or entitled. So first we have the battle between influencers and their own community. A lot of influencers complained about Coachella this weekend, and we're specifically going to go based off of James Charles' experience because he was like the only one who made a full, thought processed video. He originally posted this TikTok, which got a lot of complaints for some reason. I have no idea why, but people were saying just for the simple fact that he was complaining while he is very privileged enough to even go, he shouldn't be complaining, etc. And I just think that's very unfair. Just because someone has a lot of money and is capable of going to an event that you're not capable of going to, you're going to say that they shouldn't complain. Like, hello? James Charles actually clapped back when somebody said the privilege and entitlement though. He responded to them by saying, when you're paying thousands of dollars for a special pass, yes, actually. And I completely agree with that. James Charles had more to say about the event, so let's roll the clip.
Oh, Coachella is not hitting the same this year. Get ready with me for day number 3. A lot of you guys were asking me what happened to my day 2 get ready video, and I'm gonna be real with you, I filmed it. But I did spend almost the entire video complaining about different things that they changed at the festival this year. And when I watched it back and when I saw your guys' comments on the video I posted yesterday morning, watching this from District 12 where influencers are so out of touch, I just deleted it. I do know that a lot of you guys really love my Coachella vlogs and behind the scenes content every single year because you want to see what the festival is actually like instead of the glorified version that social media shows you. So I will still try to briefly summarize in a way that maybe everybody can understand. A lot of times when you guys see your favorite influencers at Coachella, they are here on a brand deal. So the brand will pay for their pass, their hotel or Airbnb, security, a driver, and then in exchange, the influencer has to do branded content. Now, the last time that I accepted a brand deal at Coachella was Sugar Bear Hair. And we all saw how that went. So ever since then, I have politely declined any Coachella brand deals, which is totally fine, but that does mean every year I have to pay for my own artist passes for myself and my team, and they are really expensive. I do it every year though, and I don't complain because I know that I'm blessed to be able to afford it, and the whole point of buying this pass is for convenience, privacy, and safety most importantly. For some reason, they made a ton of changes this year that literally remove all of those things. For example, I spend majority of my time in the VIP section. That is where the bar is, that is where the food is, that's where a lot of my friends are, and that's also where a lot of you guys are as well. I love seeing you, I love getting to say hello to as many people as possible, taking photos, and saying thank you for your love and support. However, sometimes by the end of the night, my social battery is a little bit drained, and you guys know I don't drink, but a lot of you do, which is perfectly fine until it's not. I know a lot of you guys grew up with me and you feel like you know me from watching my content online, and I love that we have that sort of relationship together. But sometimes people can get a little bit crazy, especially when the drinks start flowing, so it's nice to be able to quickly escape to the artist section for a bit of a break and some privacy. Like on Friday night, I had just walked into the artist section and some drunk girlie sprints up to me, squishes my face like this and goes, "You look like James Charles," and then starts picking off the pearls from my face. I literally had to grab her hand and shove her off. And last night at Charlie XCX in the artist crowd, some guy comes up behind me, grabs my waist, spins me around, and tries to make out with me. And he was fucking ugly. Situations like that are never appropriate, and there have just been a few too many things this year that have made me feel not comfortable, not private, and definitely not safe, which is the entire point of this pass. The best analogy I can think of is if you bought a VIP ticket to your favorite artist concert, but when you get to the venue, the security guard is like, "Hey, I know you paid for that VIP ticket, but it's actually just open seating GA free-for-all, so So find a spot and enjoy the show. You still get to see your favorite artist, but it's not the experience that you paid for. And that is a great way to summarize Coachella 2025, at least for me. Anyway, enough negativity. I've tried my best to not let those things bother me, and I've still managed to have a really good time.
Honestly, I understood his complaints even before watching that video, but as he explained more, everything started to click in like even better to me. I personally think that he's an influencer. Firstly, he's not going there based off a brand deal. Everything is coming out of his own pocket. $5,000, whether you're rich or not, is still $5,000. You know, like, yes, it is something that you can risk losing if you're rich, but it still doesn't take away from the amount of what $5,000 is. And that's how much some of these passes are. It could be even more for more of the exclusives that he gets as a creator, but still, regardless, $5,000 and up is a lot of money for a festival. As he said, it's just like buying something that's advertised in a specific way and you don't get what was advertised for. Like, that is frustrating as a content creator or not. I am very, 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 very privileged. I have traveled the world. I live in a great house, but I'm not, you know, like influencer well off, you know, like I get paid for things I do on the internet, yes, but trust me, it's not as much as what James Charles himself is getting. And even then, I can still understand his frustration. If I saved for something or did something to be somewhere and paid this amount, what is advertised is what I expect. And he's been to Coachella for years, okay? Years. And so this big change without like a full warning or anything, or maybe there was a warning, but he didn't realize the change would be this impactful. Guys, he is literally getting harassed at Coachella and no one's doing anything. Like, we can't really be mad that he's complaining about this. He's literally getting harassed. He's literally getting harassed. And I'm not the biggest James Charles defender. Like, we know what he's done in the past, but for this specific situation, I think it is totally fair for him to complain. As an artist, he should be able to have his time away because there are very, very crazy people. And as he said, he has a social battery. Even if there weren't crazy people, he probably just wants time to himself. He should have that space for, you know, that's what he paid for, but they combined the two together. I just genuinely don't even think that's safe for a creator. Combining the VIP area and the creator area is just, it's just so unsafe for creators. Like, it's really unsafe. So that's what I think. Also, one thing that I personally have a problem for, a lot of people were struggling with the camping this year and having no transportation. Like, they got rid of the bikes, so everyone had to walk everywhere. And then just saw a lot of camping videos, people setting up tents, people sleeping in their cars, other people were having to share houses with people they didn't know, etc., and just being like, oh, there's outside showers and this is just, it's really hot. This is my issue with Coachella. Okay, y'all complain about this every year and y'all still go every year to say the same things every year. Okay, Coachella is not this glamorized amazing experience that you guys think we think it is. Okay, but y'all still go every year and y'all complain about it every year. You're being ripped off. Coachella is a money grab. This creator right here explained it very well, and I think it's so interesting.
Them people at Coachella said they got to the camping grounds at 3 a.m. and we're still waiting in line to get into said camping ground at 1 p.m. 10 hours to be let into outside? And then they said they paid $600 to camp there, outside, on the free land, the land that is free. Excuse me? $600 to be outside, and the kicker is that it's over 100 degrees. So not only did you wait in your car for 10 hours to be let in, paid $600 to be outside on the free land, but now when you get in there, you about to fry like some eggs. Done over easy. Is y'all cool for real? I'm not waiting in line for 10 hours to see nobody at the concert. I'm not paying $600 to camp outside to see anyone in concert. Is Jesus going to be there? Because that's what it's given. Is Jesus coming back? I don't even know why I asked y'all if y'all was cool for real, because ain't no way. I already know y'all ain't cool, because this is...
Yes, you get to see your favorite artist. Maybe you'll stumble upon your favorite influencer. But at the end of the day, it's just one big camping trip. The safety precautions are just falling through. They're not sustainable. Like, it's not this fun experience. And trust me, we don't think it is. We know that it just seems like a lot going on and not the best experience. Like, trust me, we know. But y'all still go. The only time I'll ever be going to a Coachella is if I'm like super duper billionaire rich and I could take my sister to go with me, or a brand pays for me and my sister to go. I would never go to Coachella alone as a girl with no security. Even if I did have security, I would definitely need a family member there with me or a friend to make sure that I would still felt fully safe. That's one. Going to Coachella alone, I just don't understand. I wouldn't see the point. Like, and people are like, well, they're going because brands are paying them to go. You can decline a brand offer. It's okay. They're not forcing you by the neck to go, except their brand deal. Like, you don't have to go. The people who go pay to go or choose to go. Okay, so there's no excuse for that. My issue is not with influencers complaining that they're not getting what they paid for. It's complaining every single year and still going every single year. It's getting tiring, guys. We know. Trust me. You don't have to prove to us, okay? Matt Stefanina, I haven't seen a video of his in a while, but the first time I've seen him in years, it was about Coachella, and he was saying how things are just not as they seem. People go to Coachella, take a picture, and just go right back to the hotel.
Coachella's a lie, and I'm telling you this as an influencer that's gone to Coachella for the past 9 years in a row. Let me break down what Coachella is actually like. It's like the Hunger Games for thirsty influencers. Most of the influencers that go to Coachella don't even actually go to the festival. If they do go to Coachella, it's usually they go there to get photos and then they leave. Or maybe get one story that's like, oh my God, Lady Gaga, I love you. And then they leave. That's it. And then it becomes this whole thing of what parties are you going to? I'm going to Revolve. And I'm going to Neon Carnival. Well, did you get into Pooch? Are you going to 818? Well, I heard the Kardashians aren't even going to be there. Well, what if they show up? You're going to miss out. Oh my God, well, can you get me on the list? Nah, it's full. Okay, guys, we can't go to the festival at all today. I got to go to Celsius, then to Revolve, then to Pooch, then to 818, so I can try to get in a pizza salon. Make it make sense. Even if you wanted to see the headliners, you have to leave an hour before the show ends, or else you're going to wait traffic and a line and whatever, and then you might not get in a Neon Carnival on time, and all that just to party with the same people that we party with in LA every single week. Look, at the end of the day, I love Coachella. I love the parties. I just see a lot of people posting FOMO posts, feeling bad that they can't be there. They didn't get on the list for something. All I'm saying is you only see the good moments. You don't see the thirst. You don't see the stress. I'm chilling out in the mountains this time. I hope everyone has an amazing time at Coachella, and I'll see y'all next year.
Honestly, if I was an influencer, yes, I would go to Coachella for a couple seconds, take that picture, and go right back home. I'm not ashamed. I'm not doing the camping trip. I'm not doing the 100-degree weather. I'm not doing that just to see whatever artist, okay? It's hard out there. I'm taking that picture and I'm going home, and I don't blame any influencer who's doing this. Like, I really don't. Another girl was saying how basically Coachella is just a freak fest. She was saying how a lot of people just a lot of, men go there to kind of sleep around. She was just saying how, again, it's not as glamorized as people make it seem.
The side of Coachella that nobody talks about, like the fact that it's like one of the biggest SEX weekends in the industry in Hollywood. Like, all y'all see on social media is your favorite influencers and all that, and brands turning up at the festival, but nobody talks about what is happening on the other side of Coachella, how men are getting mansions, all the hoes is popping out, and it's like rabbits that weekend. Everybody turns into horny rabbits that weekend. Like, everybody knows that. And that is why I refuse to go to Coachella unless it's with a brand. Because if you just go to Coachella just to go to Coachella, the perception of that.
A viewer commented, "You don't have to go with a brand to stay celibate and safe. Let's be so for real." She replied, "True, but I need organization, AC, and a roof over my head. I'm not into the whole car camping vibe." Someone replied to her, "Oh wow, entitled much? I think you guys are very resentful toward rich people who still have standards while being rich. And I'm just not sure why. You can have standards while not having a lot of money, and you can have standards while having a lot of money. It's okay. Everyone has standards. You're allowed to have standards. Especially when you're spending your money on something, no matter how much it is, you want things to be what was advertised. It's okay. And when you have money, you want certain things. That's okay. Maybe because I'm very privileged and this is why I'm saying this, maybe, but I genuinely think it's okay for rich people to have standards. Like, it's okay. The most resentful people on the internet are people who hate rich people having standards. And I don't know why. It's funny. As if that wasn't enough drama, people are going crazy over Anna Paul being at Coachella after her brother is literally being accused of rape and her being accused of a billion other things. And she's just, at Coachella living her best life while other people are suffering because of her actions. So Yeah, people were saying how she still should get to have fun despite being under fire by the internet. People who are accomplices to domestic violence should not be having fun. That's just what I think. Yeah. And then aside from that, we also have people just completely flaming people for their outfits this year. I personally did not see a lot of bad outfits. I saw a lot of unique outfits, but I don't necessarily think that they were bad. I actually thought that some of these outfits were pretty cool. I don't know why we treat Coachella like it's the Met Gala. Like, yeah, you're supposed to dress up and have fun, but the main thing is that you're there to see the artists. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that people who spend this type of money shouldn't be allowed to complain? Do you think that James Charles is acting entitled? What do you guys think? Should people just stop going to Coachella and complaining about it every year? I genuinely want to know what your opinion is down below. And yeah, okay, love you, bye.